name is Joseph from the University of Malaya's Mood Club, and I'm truly honored to have been appointed as the MC for this special occasion. Since this is an event mooted by the chairperson of the Criminalized War Club Malaysia chapter in appreciation of the efforts provided by all those present here today in the successful holding of the recent International Symposium held in March this year. It is my privilege and pleasant duty to invite Yang Amat Berbahagia Tun Dr. Siti Hasma to say a few words. Yang Berbahagia Tun Siti, of course, needs no introduction. As a devoted wife of our fourth Prime Minister, Tun Siti is on record as saying, "I have always fully supported my husband, and we often talk about our work with."
Thank you, Joseph. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera, and a very good afternoon to all distinguished guests, volunteers, members of the Klfcw and also Cwc-Tsf, and from schools, real, and of Shalam, real, and those are not real also. But they're not sure, don't worry. And then all our volunteers, especially our homestay, dinner hosts, and all those members of the organizing committee, and friends, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'm very grateful, we should be grateful to the Almighty for gathering us here today to celebrate and to show our appreciation. Especially, I like to personally express my personal appreciation and thank you to all of you who made our symposium a success. And God bless you for all that. And ladies and gentlemen, you know how we went through the organizing of this symposium, but every time we always bless and tell ourselves that whenever there's anything not so good happening to us, it's always something to look for. It must be something that is good that's coming to you. Yeah, there's always a hikmah behind all those things which we didn't expect to happen. But here I would very much like to express my greatest appreciation and thank you to firstly the homestay hosts and dinners. They have been wonderful. And I know what they have done for the Japanese students who have been here because I have the follow-up stories that they tell me when I was in Nagasaki. So be assured that they really appreciate you, Mama and Papas, and they would very much like me to convey to you all their very best wishes and affection for all of you. They still remember you and they would very much like to come again and be with you. So you have been doing an excellent job at the time when we were really losing hope and we were almost going to despair because our plans were almost destroyed by things that was happening in Kuala Lumpur. So thank you very much, foster parents, Mama and Papas and neighbors who have done so much for our symposium and the people who participated. And also to the schools. We expected very few school children will come to replace what was supposed to happen. 500 local students were supposed to be with us, but that also was put aside. But Real and study schools and other schools came up to help us, and that made the whole show again a success. And I had wished to thank Real, the principal, and all the teachers and all the students who came to be with us. Of course, the donors are volunteers, especially from other schools and also especially from University Malaya. So, University Malaya has really got its name in our symposium, and you know, we were very disappointed at the beginning. Okay, we didn't expect what happened to happen, but you know, with all your prayers, and I know some of you have been fervently pray for the smooth progress of our symposium. We didn't want to disappoint anybody, especially to bring those in Japan to come and speak to us. It has been a very wonderful event, because I don't think this is going to happen again, bringing the survivors of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, especially Nagasaki, to Kuala Lumpur, and with the other survivors, the second generation, the third generation, and the teachers. They have been so eager to come, especially Mr. Taniguchi, who you remember was in hospital 2 weeks before coming to Kuala Lumpur, and we thought we would lose him, but his spirit was so high, and he was so positive and wanting to come to Kuala Lumpur, that what happened to him was that his biliary tract got blocked and had to be replaced, and it was replaced so that his jaundice will be reduced, and that was how he came to us. He was very happy. But of late, when he came back, he was very happy to be with us here to speak about his association, anti-nuclear war, the usage of anti-nuclear weapons. And when he went back, he was all right, but then we heard that he was again hospitalized. And I personally felt so afraid in case that I would see a man who is already dying and saying his last goodbyes to all of us if I should go and visit him. So I had a very dull, very bad assumption about his progress in Nagasaki Hospital. But lo and behold, when we went there, we saw Mr. Taniguchi up straight and coming towards us. So here comes this man, very positive. He has lots of courage, and he was a person who has got the spirit to be alive and to tell the whole world that we should fight against the usage of nuclear weapons. He was so happy. His biliary tract replacement of the first one was replaced with iron, with something metallic, which would last longer. And he introduced us to his son and daughter and son-in-law, and was so happy to see us. So I don't know in what communication he had with Akiko, but I'm sure he wants Akiko-san to tell me to convey his best wishes and thank you for what you have done to him while he was here in March. So ladies and gentlemen, we have really to support this man who is now boldly making a petition, to write out a petition, to have as many signatures as he can to sign the document about the usage of nuclear weapons. We have brought some here. They want us to sign the document to help in this campaign worldwide. It's now the International Anti-Nuclear Usage of Weapons throughout the world. And Mr. Taniguchi is the president. He is the founder, and would very much like to see everybody taking part. He wants all your signatures, and that's why this is what he wanted me to convey to you. When in Nagasaki, of course, we met all our children again, the Japanese children, who didn't stop talking about their stay in Malaysia. One thing I thought we didn't teach them Malay songs, because he was singing Japanese songs and other music pieces, but not Malay songs. And I said, yes, and they told us, there were 7 or 8 of them. I said, yes, we learned Malay songs. I said, what songs? Rasa Sayang Sayang. So they sang, to prove that they knew the song, they sang to be Rasa Sayang Sayang. I was so pleased. So they've taken a bit of our culture and traditional songs with them. And the leader of the young generation in the University of Nagasaki, he is very active in trying to establish CWC in the University of Nagasaki. And he also has approached my husband, showed him what the objectives are like, the draft, you know. And my husband has taken the responsibility of looking over the documents and to the objective, the aims, objectives, and so forth, so that they will use it in Nagasaki. And this boy has been chosen to be the leader of the younger generation, dealing with CWC Japan, and he was appointed representative of the younger generation when Obama went to Hiroshima, and he was there. So I only hope, I didn't ask him though, but I only hope he had talked about his visit to Malaysia and our CWC Tsf Malaysia. And they all still remember you, they still love their foster parents, and I've been told just now, they're still writing to you. That's a very good way of changing, having contact with young people outside. So, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to learn from the organizing the symposium. Well, of course, we have our weaknesses and our strong points. Our strong points is that we never gave up hope of establishing, of organizing the symposium, and we went through it despite odds and ends, and odds and a lot of obstacles, but we overcome the obstacles and we did it. So I want to thank especially Dr. Yaakob and Dr. Sophia and his team, the medical team, the global doctors team. I don't know whether you had any casualties or not, but I'm sure. No, it was fine. Oh, thank you very much. And there are no biting incidents, so the dental global doctors were quiet, no work, okay? But the others also, the volunteers, we have done so much for us, and this is something that we will never forget. But as I said, we learned a lot from this happening during the preparation of the symposium, and of course in our desire, to make sure that this symposium was successful. Some of us are very stressed, and when we are stressed, we lose some inhibition, and we lose our temper sometimes. But please, ladies and gentlemen, volunteers and friends and colleagues, please forgive us all for losing our tempers and so forth in certain situations. We do not mean to be rude and unappreciative, but because we were so stressed at that time. As I told you in my speech, opening speech, I was already, when I woke up, I was already determined to go up on the stage even though there's only one man in front of me as a participant. I expected zero student or audience in front of me when my name is called up to make a welcoming speech, but I was very determined to go, even though there'll be only one person, not necessarily my husband there, everyone, none at all to be there. I would still go up on the stage and make a welcoming speech to nobody. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, we are determined to have the symposium go on with success. And it was a success. So ladies and gentlemen, again and again and again, I thank all of you, the homesters, homestay hosts, the diners, the transporters, kan, Dato' Yaakob, Sophia, and who else, all the backstage volunteers, those who carry chairs, who carry everything, get scolded at the same time, and then, but we were successful. So again, thank you very much. God bless you for all this. And inshallah, when another situation comes, another symposium comes along, we'll have another group coming in, inshallah, and that's from Korea. Jeju Island. We have spoken that the theme for the Mother's Talk in Jeju Island, which is Korea, South Korea, is peace and prosperity. And they were talking about peace, so that's a very good opportunity for us and for to talk about criminalizing war and so forth. And the governor was very, very responsive. He responded to us very well. And I asked him towards the end, when he came to our room to make a call, I asked him whether there are any association of young people so that we can contact regarding the CWC, and said yes, and he has spoken to Mahathir, and we'll be contacting him. And please, Dato' Yaakob, please be ready with all our journals from volume 1 until today, to give to the governor of Jeju Island, South Korea. They are interested. So we are hopefully expanding, and we have more and more participants the next time we have our symposium. So that's all. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. May Allah bless you with good health, happiness, and get the reward that you deserve from Allah in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Tun Dr. Siti, for that tremendously heart-moving and inspiring speech. The next person scheduled to speak today is Yang Teramat Mulia Tunku Sofia Jewa, the founder of the Tun Sufyan Foundation, an organization which is very close to us. Please allow me to introduce you, Yang Teramat Mulia. The Tun Sufyan Foundation is an organization which is very close to us students at the University of Malaya. Most of us at the Faculty of Law know her not only by sight, but by numerous wonderful remarks by our lecturers and professors of her charitable work in the foundation, as well as a prowess in the field of public international law. Many of us were present during the symposium on the 26th of March, held in this very building. And although we could see her beloved husband moving helter-skelter in the run-up during the event itself, we know that there are three people who were the driving force behind the successful holding of the event, which are Tun Dr. Mahathir, Tun Dr. Siti, and Yang Teramat Mulia Tunku Sofia Jewa. Before I invite Yang Teramat Mulia to speak, the holy month of Ramadan for Muslims is coming just around the corner. As you know, the month of Ramadan is calculated in accordance not with the Gregorian calendar, but with the lunar calendar, a sort of look east policy, if you know what I mean. On this note, I would like all of us to know, which is not a secret, that our beloved Yang Amat Berbahagia Tun Dr. Mahathir will turn 91 on the 11th of July this year, whilst Yang Amat Berbahagia Tun Dr. Siti will be 90 one day later. But that is in accordance, ladies and gentlemen, with the Gregorian calendar. However, as we approach Ramadan and calculate the month in accordance with the lunar calendar, I am very happy to let us know that both Yang Amat Berbahagia Tun Dr. Mahathir and Yang Amat Berbahagia Tun Dr. Siti are now already 91 and 90 years of age, respectively. And to celebrate this joyous occasion, I am honored and equally privileged to invite Yang Teramat Mulia Tunku Sofia Jewa, founder of the Tun Sofyan Foundation, to say a few words. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Dearest Tun Ann, dearest Tun Siti, and dearest friends, in wishing both of you, dearest Tun Ann, a very happy 91st birthday, and dearest Tun Siti, a very happy 90th birthday, according to the lunar calendar, of course. The real school singers have in store for both of you something very special. But before they do so, allow me to deliver just a short message which comes from the hearts of all your friends and admirers, not only those 100 who are present here this evening, but also those other millions elsewhere from all over the world. And now, a short message. When we count our ages by friends, not years, and our lives by smiles and not tears, Hana wa Saku, dearest Tun Am and dearest Tun Siti, flowers will bloom. 2, 3.
Watashi wa
ladies and gentlemen, that was a presentation of the song Hana wa Saku, or Flowers Are Blooming, by the Real School. Next, as the longest serving Prime Minister of our country, our final speaker, of course, needs a very special introduction. Despite being the grand old man of Malaysia and of Malaysian politics, our beloved Tun Dr. Mahathir is the craze of all selfie enthusiasts throughout the world. And, as the great poet Rudyard Kipling once said, he can talk with crowds and keep his virtue, and walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. Without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tun Dr. Mahathir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Very good evening to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I had hoped that since my wife spoke, I don't have to speak anymore. But, I'm very glad that we are holding this special celebration of a successful event. It had not been easy to organize the event, as my wife has mentioned just now, but Allah with grace, we managed it. And I think we owe a lot to a number of people, including the one behind me here, Jacob and others. I think we have every right to congratulate ourselves. But beyond that, when we were abroad, we talked a lot about this, and in Nagasaki, I was, the people there gave me a dinner, and of course in Japanese dinners you always make speeches, lots of speeches, and they asked me to make a speech, and I picked on a remark made by the chairman about the need to know each other, to develop friendship within people. And on that I have another appointment, I'm sorry. But on that, I picked on that thing and said that, talk about our experience with the Japanese students who came here and were billeted in the houses of many of our people, and how when they left, I'm told that a few people cried because they were leaving. I said this is an emotional connection, feeling of love and understanding, because you live together, because you experience living together with people of another culture, another nationality. And the emotion developed is such that on parting you actually cry. So I said this should be a way of preventing wars, because when we know each other, then our tendency to fight against each other would be less. And I mentioned the Malay saying, tak kenal maka tak cinta. That is the Malay saying. Because you do not know each other, therefore you do not love each other. And to overcome that not knowing each other, we need to have more exchanges. And I suggested to the Japanese that they should practice sending students, young people to other countries, so as to know people from other countries, and in turn to receive people from other countries in Japan, so that these people will understand the Japanese also. So I think beyond our campaign to familiarize ourselves with the horrors of war, this meeting that we had that day, this symposium that we had that day, has actually given birth to new ideas and new ways of attaining peace. It's not only by just campaigning about how horrible war is, but to show how good peace is and how people, if they're given a chance to meet and talk to each other, they will develop friendship and understanding and therefore lessen the possibilities of war. So I'd like to thank you for this opportunity. I'm sorry to say that I have another appointment and I can't avoid this appointment. You know me, I want to retire from politics, but people don't allow me to retire from politics. So if you will excuse me, and I think we will tap ourselves home. But I would like to say thank you very much for your gathering here this evening and for giving me this opportunity to express my appreciation of the work being done by so many people to make a success of a very difficult proposition. I thank you.
Berbahagia Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and Yang Amat Berbahagia Tun Dr. Siti Hasma Muhammad Ali. At the same time, the volunteers will present the birthday cake.
Terima kasih. M punya.
Just the two of you, Tun. Rapat sikit.
This is what?
Okay, just look here. Yes, that's fine.
Nak open. Nak tengok.
Apa nak tengok?
Nak tengok certificate of marriage. Okey lah.
Oh, wow.
Cuba tengok.
Ha, aku nikahkan dikau.
Akan dikau dengan dua sini. Oh. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
So, one more picture.
Okay, one picture.
For a picture. Okay.
Okay, just over here. Yes, good. Okay, one more.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, minta maaf.
Thank you. It's empty, but you can only. Tarik atas. Tarik ke tali. Tarik. Tak jadi.
Ada pian dalam Mr. Go.
Boleh lah.
No, another neighbor. Mr. Go.
Nampak macam home view. Ha? Kita tengok dia dalam 4 blok. Kita tengok. Ha? Oh, iya. Itu gambar dia cantik lah. Itu point safety. Yes.
Oh ya, dia kena daripada online.
Okay,